Okay, here we go. It's another video. I mostly, if you watch the channel, mostly post classic cars or any kind of muscle cars. I like them all. I lean towards GM stuff, but I really like everything. Anything cool, American muscle has a spot in my driveway. Here's another hobby I got into about 10 or 15 years ago. It was buying bikes from the 80s, from when I was a kid. I grew up in Brooklyn and Staten Island, and came up to Orange County on the weekends and summers. I just never got off the bike. Me and my friends rode our bikes everywhere. A little while back, I thought I would, feeling nostalgic, I would find just one or two, and ended up getting a whole bunch here over the years. And I thought I'd share them with you. So here we go. We'll start here. This is a 1983 MT Racing Silver Fox. Very cool bike. It's original frame, original stickers. This is the frame, fork, crank, pedals, bar, stem are all original to the bike. I added the seat post with the seat and the pads. The pads are from back then, but something you might have bought, to put on your bike then, but not original. And the wheels and tires are not original. But a cool bike. Like I said, you could not buy this bike in a bike shop. You had to mail order it. A friend of mine had one of these in Brooklyn when we were kids, and it did get stolen, unfortunately. But no internet back then. You actually had to go in the magazine, find who's selling it, give them a call, and they'd ship it to your house. Or not a big deal, but made them a lot less popular. Because most kids, you go in the bike shop, you pick out your bike. But very cool bike. Moving on behind that, this is my 1986 Mongoose M1. This bike I fully restored. I found this in literally a barn sale. Guy was selling a bunch of car parts, so I went there, and he had a bunch of bikes, and this was the only BMX bike he had. Said it was his brother's. And it was in good shape, but I decided to have it all powder coated. The frame, the forks, the bars. Lift the seat original. Didn't do anything with that, but the frame, fork, bars, seat post, stem, seat is all original to the bike. The cranks, I did have the sprocket powder coated. Then I added the Skyway Tough wheels with color matched tires. Very cool bike. And this is a lot of what the kids rode in my neighborhoods back in the day. All right, on from there, we have a 1985 Harrow Freestyler FS. This is Sport, not FST, sorry. And this is my most recent bike to my collection. I only got this a couple months ago. And this is also original stickers. Cool bike. These bikes were expensive back in the day, so we didn't see too many in my neighborhood. But they were around, and they were like a unicorn when you saw them. They were very sought after. This bike, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to restore it, change the color on it, maybe do it the blue, or just leave it alone and make it into riding condition. Comment down below if anyone's in the hobby. They like to think what they would do with it. Behind that, 1985 Skyway Street Beat frame. This is an original frame with original paint and sticker. Got this from a local collector, and the frame is beautiful. I mean, hard to see because I have it behind there. Look at the dropouts. Just a gorgeous bike. He did end up giving me a set of forks. They're not obviously original to that frame, but they are original Street Beat forks. Very cool bike. Plan to build that at some point. He also had sold me a set of Skyway Street Beat NOS bars. So I have a good start for a cool build. Okay, going on next to that is a 1985, 85 or 86, I believe, California Freestyle from CW was the brand. And this was a friend of mine's bike from work. He had the frame laying around for 30 years, and I traded him another frame I had for it. And it was originally this purple, so I had the guys at JT powder coat the frame, the forks, the bars, the stem, seat post. And I'm still building this one. These bikes were a little hard to find parts for, so I'm taking my time. I did find the forks. Got some repop stickers. I'm gonna look for the cranks next. Take my time and build it as I go. But a very cool frame on a bike that you just don't see that much of. You know, these were expensive back then, so. All right, below that, probably my favorite bike. This is a 1985 Dyno Comp. This is a replica of what I rode as a kid. I had a blue Comp. I put Skyway Tough wheels. I had the same cranks, same sprocket. This one here also has the original paint, original decals, frame, forks, cranks are all original to the bike, and the seat. Original dyno seat on there. The stem is a repop and the bars are repop. Although I have an Odyssey 6-bolt stem that I want to put on there because that's what I had on back in the day on my Dyno Comp. It's got the fork standers. You can do tricks. And then of course, a lot of guys in my neighborhood, we ran the Skyway pegs on the back. Good for doing freestyle tricks or just letting someone stand on there as you ride into town. Hey, in front of that, 1985 Mongoose Expert. This bike is super cool. This is almost all original. I mean, this bike is the original stickers, original frame, the seat post, seat, cranks, bars, the original Mongoose grips. A little worn out, but didn't have the heart to take those off and put repops on. The plate I added later. It's a cool plate. And I added the Skyway Tufts because it did not have the original wheels. But a very cool bike. It's got the Leech EMX gold brake lever. Cool bike. And then the pedals aren't original either though. Very cool bike. That's one of the first bikes I bought about 10 or 15 years ago. And this bike here is what a lot of kids in my neighborhood rode. I mean, Mongoose Experts, Californians, M1s. I mean, Mongoose was very popular in both neighborhoods in Brooklyn and in Staten Island. And then last but not least is my 1984 GT Pro Performer. This is another OG sticker, original bike. The frame, forks, and bars all came together. The rest I added the seat post, the Skyway Tufts. This is a replica of my best friend's bike when we were kids. He rode this one, I rode the Dyno, and we rode everywhere, all over the place. And we built ramps and did jumps and rode through the woods. And it's amazing the abuse these bikes took. And that's that. That's my collection. Anybody, hope you got an enjoyment out of that. I actually do have more bikes. Maybe I'll do another video on them. I have a couple of the new Mongooses that came out in 2022. And I have a Mongoose Freestyle bike. They're not here right now. But thanks for watching. Comment down below. And I'll see you soon.